Welcome back to Tennessee Valley this morning on WTMB. Joe Palo with you this morning, sitting in for Dan Howell, of course, joined by Michelle Baker of Wellington Place in Clarebridge.
Yes.
And of course, Michelle, as we've said, if you just tuned in, is usually sitting here with Dan. Dan had to be called away over the weekend, and so Joe is sitting in for Dan. So bear with me today. Not that I haven't done this before, but you know, it's like I'm not Dan Howell, and they say, well, I know Dan Howell, and you are no Dan Howell. No, I'm Joe Palo. I know Joe Palo, and he's no Joe Palo. All right, we are joined right now by Tammy Jensen, and Tammy is the proprietor, that's correct, I guess, Sifted, which is located downtown. Tammy, thank you so much for being with us today.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Now, Tammy is with us this morning. Tammy said to me when I walked in, she said, you know, your wife is very persistent. And she always tells people, Tammy, when she'll talk to somebody and say about being on the show, if they say, gosh, I don't know, let me check my schedule. She says, listen, you're not doing anything at 6:30 in the morning, but probably sleeping. So you can't really say you have an appointment unless maybe you're Kevin Brooks, who's up, you know, all hours of the night, state representative. So she wasn't going to use any excuses for someone not being here on the morning show, but we do appreciate you being with us.
Sure, it's my pleasure.
Let's talk about Sifted, new bakery in town, and we're going to show folks some of the pictures, some of the beautiful cakes and stuff y'all make. Talk to us about Sifted and how you got started and where you came from and how it's all about.
I have been in Cleveland 20 years, so although not born nor raised here, certainly is my home. Great community, had the opportunity to work with a lot of great people in this town. My whole life have done this type of thing, have catered many events, always being asked to do one thing or another. It's been literally a development of skill daily over the course of my life. Worked in the legal field for a long time and have loved all of that, loved the organization of it. Had changed careers, was in that place of nearing the age of, 50, where you think, you know, at some point you're going to have to do the thing that you probably should have done 30 years ago. And one thing led to another. It wasn't a decision. To this day, I have not decided to open a bakery. Not a decision I've made. It made its own decision, and things just worked out. Right people, right places, and I'm still not real sure how I got here. And up at 4 o'clock in the morning and working until midnight every day on 3 hours of sleep at 50. I'm thinking this should have gotten easier and not harder. But it is a labor of love. Otherwise, I would have quit this on day 2.
Right.
But we have a wonderful time. We've gotten to meet so many great people. Love birthdays, love children's birthdays. Could do them every day. They are delightful, and I love all the parents who just, you know, want to create those magical dreams for or memories for their children. So it's a lot of work. It is a wonderful thing. It is some days not so wonderful. There are days that I truly hate cake. I don't eat a lot of it anymore, I must say. We work really hard to make sure that we're using the best products we can find. There is nothing in a package in that bakery, nothing. We buy as much local as we can, organic. We buy a lot from the farmer's market. We have become the tomato pie factory of Cleveland.
Okay.
Simply by accident. But so it's been an adventure. We've been open since June 1st, so it's 2 months.
2 months. Now, is it a traditional bakery? I mean, you know, donuts and cakes and pies and breads?
Well, it is a traditional bakery in that everything that we serve is baked. Donuts are fried. We don't fry.
Okay.
We are downtown Cleveland in, you know, what is the Main Street area, that historic area. The fire department and those little inspectors that come and eat cupcakes at our bakery would shut me down if we had, you know, hot grease anywhere. And it's not what I do.
Right.
We have great bakeries in town who do those things really well. This isn't, there's plenty of business to go around. It's not a competition. Let them do what they do well, and I'll do
Right.
what I do well.
Right. Now you talk about birthday parties, but so obviously you make cakes for any occasion. Birthday
Yes.
parties, anniversaries. all things.
Everything. We've done everything.
Can you show some of these? Can we have a couple? Can we take a shot of some of these, possibly, Jennifer? Some of these cakes. Now,
show this
tell
one.
us. These are very elaborate. I mean, I can't imagine
Let's see if we can see
this.
this
This is done, overnight. This has got to take some work.
This cake was not a for sale cake. This cake was a donation cake to a family member. This cake took 80 hours.
Wow.
I don't know if everyone can see
I think she's
exactly
gonna
what
try
it
to
is.
get a shot of that.
It's Pooh Bear. It's a Pooh Bear cake. That is so
It's
neat.
the entire 100-acre woods.
Wow.
The map of the woods are painted
hold it
on
like-
the cake.
Get a shot of that. That is unbelievable.
Incredible.
Everything
And look
is-
at the detail. It looks like it may be. Is that in focus? There you go.
Oh, that is
But
incredible.
unbelievable detail. The thing it's you say 80 hours. Is that just in? I'm guessing it takes a lot of time to bake, and then you've got to construct the cake.
Well, that's actually become the easy part, the baking, constructing. This cake, all of the characters are made from sugar of some form or another. So, once it becomes dry, it's food safe. You lock it in sealed containers and they wait. So you do all of that prep work on the front end. Then you get down to those last couple of days and you do your baking, your torting, your stacking, your covering, all of those things. And then all of the things that you did the weeks prior come out and then begin to go on, and the details are added to the cake.
Wow.
That is incredible. They are beautiful. And some of the others that we've looked at, pictures of, there's an M&M Mars cake in here.
Oh.
There's they're incredible.
Unbelievable.
Now, do you do the entire birthday party? Do you cater the party, or is it just the cake you do?
I have catered a birthday party from the bakery since we have opened. It is something that we do. The space is beautiful. We've been considering and have put it on our Facebook page to get opinions and ideas. Actually having those birthday parties at the bakery. It's a beautiful space. We had a local craftsman build us a 10-foot harvest table. So we can pull it out, and it saves parents the mess of their houses, and we have concrete floors that are fairly easy to wash. I have a really great husband who comes and cleans up after.
Kind of like Joe has a really great wife that helps out.
Yeah, I have.
Well, I was getting ready to say
Got
he
that,
has
Kim.
a really great.
I have a Kim. I can't tell you how many people come in every day from all walks of life and say, your husband said I needed to come by here. Yeah, he is persistent, and I'm blessed for sure.
No kidding. Well, now I'm looking at these cakes and I'm thinking, these are not, of course, your run-of-the-mill traditional birthday cakes. So somebody obviously comes in and they give you their idea, and then you develop the cake.
Usually, they'll come in, they'll say, my child's having a birthday party. We're thinking we might do a luau. So I have a sketchbook that sits there, and I open it up and begin to draw. And we talk about it, and we add in elements, and then we decide on colors, flavors, sizes, how many we have to feed. And they leave, and I have to take all of that information and turn it into a cake. Sometimes that requires an additional phone call with a thought, or just to confirm that I understood something correctly.
Right.
Yeah, but pretty much today is Monday. I have a very big cake that has to be delivered tomorrow, and I can't tell you to who because she
Spoiler
doesn't know
surprise.
about
Right.
it. But it is the streets of Paris with the Eiffel Tower.
No kidding.
So right now, that doesn't look anything like what it's got to look like by tomorrow. I probably won't sleep tonight.
No kidding. Well, okay, so you said deliver, because my worry is, I've watched those competitions on the Food Network when they have to move the cake and then it falls, and they. So how do you transport this from your bakery to the? I mean, how do you do it and keep it intact?
Well, a lot of that begins before there's ever a cake in the structure and the things that you don't see. I probably am a little paranoid, so it's going to take a lot to knock one of those cakes over.
Okay.
And that all comes at the hand of my great husband, who I reminded last night that if a cake falls over, I am
fault.
not responsible for that, but it is his fault, and I will tell everyone. He is diligent and careful, and he gives me great structure, and we build that cake. When it's finished, I begin to get nervous and sweat, and I carry the cake, and no one carries the cake but me. I go to the car. If the size is enough that I can get it in my lap, it doesn't leave my lap. And I get out of the car with that cake, and I carry that cake in and set it down. People who aren't experienced with cake, it's not reasonable to think that they could deal with it and everything go fine. So
right.
I feel like we have a responsibility until it's set down and I know everything is all right. Because even me, I travel with an emergency kit that is with me, all the time. That has the things that I may need to do any repairs necessary. Okay. And we deliver to homes, to business. We're everywhere.
That was what I was going to ask.
Mm-hmm.
So if
Amazing.
someone wants to get in touch with you about a specific cake for a particular, whether it be birthday, anniversary, as we mentioned, whatever, how can they do that?
Well, you call the bakery at 478-9550. If you want to see really what we do, if you go to our Facebook page, go to Facebook and just in the search bar type in Sifted Bakery. Every cake that we do goes on our Facebook page, and people comment, and the people that receive the cake usually will comment. We've developed quite a following. And we do have, I'm ashamed to say, a website. I had secured our web address prior to opening the bakery. I stuck that in Blogspot before we opened. It looks like I died 4 days before the bakery opened because the last entry is 4 more days, but it opened and there's been no time for me to deal with it. So I am working with some individuals to try to get all of that rectified, but there's simply not time to manage it. Facebook is always current.
Okay.
But I can't do both of them right now.
Well, Tammy, we appreciate you stopping by and talking to us about Sifted Bakery. And folks, if you want a cake that's out of this world, a cake that you probably, unlike a traditional birthday cake, you want to see Tammy Jensen at Sifted Bakery. Mm-hmm. Again, your phone number, Tammy?
478-9550.
Okay, folks, there you go, 478-9550. Tammy, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you.
And I know you got to go to work and start baking.
I do indeed.
So have a good day and good luck.
Thank you.
Okay. We're going to be back with Andrew Morgan. And we have State Representative Kevin Brooks on the way as well after this. Stay with us.
Volunteer Ritapest LLC has been serving Cleveland and the surrounding areas for over 40 years. Their qualified, experienced technicians are trained in all the latest techniques to keep your home pest-free. Volunteer Ritapest LLC offers Mosquito Guard, which keeps mosquitoes out of your yard and out of your life. Their monthly and quarterly treatments are backed by their 100% money-back guarantee. For all your pest removal needs, call Volunteer Ritapest LLC today at 423-472-7736.
Kyle Dodge Chrysler Jeep, located at 511 South Lee Highway in Cleveland, is your #1 Dodge Chrysler and Jeep dealer in this area. Stop by and see the brand new 2011 Chrysler 200. The 200 is essentially a new nameplate with a significant facelift to the outgoing 2010 Chrysler Sebring. A beautiful vehicle at an unbeatable price. And while you're there, check out the all-new Jeep Grand Cherokee and the newly designed Dodge Durango. Redesigned, revamped, and reinvigorated. Yes, the Dodge Dodge Durango is back, bigger and better than ever. Kyle Dodge Chrysler Jeep offers a complete parts and service department with qualified service technicians to fix and repair your vehicle. So for your next brand new or pre-owned vehicle, make it Kyle Dodge Chrysler Jeep, located at 511 South Lee Highway in Cleveland.
How would you like to look and feel better? If so, then visit the Ford Center for Anti-Aging, located at 2020 Key Street Northwest. Dr. Ford has been serving Cleveland and the surrounding area since 1984. He is a licensed physician with the Board of Anti-Aging Medicine, offering affordable Botox injections. Botox is a medication that is used to treat dynamic wrinkles such as crow's feet, forehead lines, and frown lines. In addition to Botox therapy, rejuvenate and smooth wrinkled skin with a Skin Micro Laser Peel. The Micro Laser Peel treats skin conditions associated with aging and active lifestyles. If you're looking for safe and affordable anti-aging treatment, call the Ford Center for Anti-Aging at 423-614-0535, located at 2020 Key Street Northwest.
Now's your chance to showcase your small business products or services. The Be Your Own Boss Expo is coming to Bradley Square Mall in Cleveland, Tennessee on Saturday, September the 17th. This expo will provide you with networking opportunities and services to help you grow your small business. Vendors will be able to connect with hundreds of potential clients without the high expense of advertising. If you own a small business in or around Cleveland, Tennessee, you do not want to miss this event. For more information, visit byobexpo.net or call 865-368-1095.
I'm Dr. James Markham, host of the television program Heart of Health, seen right here on WTNB television, Thursday at 7 o'clock, Friday at 8 a.m., or Sunday at 3:30 p.m.
I'm Wes Robbins with Landmark Insurance Brokerage. When it comes to employee benefits, we've got you covered. Call me today for the best service and best solutions to your group health and employee benefits needs. At Landmark Insurance Brokerage, we've got you covered.
Welcome back, Tennessee Valley This Morning, WTMB. Joe Palo, of course, and Michelle Baker, my co-host today. Joe sitting in for Dan Howell. And we are joined by Andrew Morgan, who, I'll tell you what, Andrew is he is Kim's ace in the hole. Kim always, I need another guest, Andrew. But you know what? In all sincerity and truthfulness here, there's never too much information that you can gather from bankruptcies.
Right.
Because I know it's today a lot of people are experiencing this.
Right.
And first of all, Andrew Morgan again has joined us, and we're going to talk about bankruptcies. But a lot of people have experienced this in recent months, years.
Oh, yeah.
Of course, it's been happening for a long time, but with the economy as it is. Tell us, Andrew, a little bit about what folks would need to do. And I know there's different levels.
Oh, yeah.
It's not such a scary word anymore.
Tell
us about it.
It's not. It's the thing of, it happens far more than you can imagine. It happens to every neighborhood in Bradley County. It happens to just about, every neighborhood in the state of Tennessee. Happens to people for a variety of reasons.
Right.
The biggest thing you need to do is find somebody who specializes in bankruptcy. While for those of us on mind, it's something that we do every day, and it can seem quite commonplace to someone like myself. It's something that you really need an experienced professional for, because there are a number of things you have to be aware of and look out for. For example, in Chapter 13s, which Chapter 13 is a repayment plan. It's not like these debt consolidation deals. This is, obviously backed by the federal government, which has much more weight than, Bob down here is calling, Discover and saying, hey, I need to help these people out. In a Chapter 13, I can actually get rid of your second mortgage in some situations. I can get rid of those quite often. We can help people a lot in those ways. That's the first thing, is find someone who knows what they're doing. Second of all, you need to come in prepared. It always helps to bring all sorts of information. If you showed up to my office today and all you had was you and a pencil, that's fine. I can give you some general advice. But I need to know what kind of debt you have. Mm-hmm. Do you have unsecured debt? Do you have secured debt? Do you have vehicles? How old are they? How long have you had them? Need to see your tax returns for the last 2 years, your pay stubs for the last 6 months. Just a variety of things that can help me give a clear picture of your financial situation. Because there are some situations where, you know, you hear people occasionally say, I make too much money for food stamps. You know, there are times that you can have too much money to do certain types of bankruptcies. You know, there are all types of situations that we have to look out for. It's not something that's as clear cut as, well, I make less than 26,000, or I make more than 40, so I can't. You know, there's no Mendoza line to say. There's not that. It's really on a case by case basis.
Right.
You know, we can give very general advice, but for the most part, it really helps to see someone's full financial picture.
Right.
Because one thing you don't want to do is have someone filing, say, a Chapter 7, which is a complete liquidation, and only having, you know, $5,000 worth of unsecured debt that you can get rid of. I've had actually quite a few clients here lately who've shown up who have less than 10,000, and for less than 10,000, you know, you really need to look at a Chapter 13, not a 7. I mean, a 7 would just be, in my opinion, a waste. So.
I have a question. With
Please.
the economy, the way that it is right now, and,
Right.
and a lot of people really looking for work and that type
Right,
of thing,
right.
how much have you seen the cases of bankruptcy, you know, increase over the last few years?
The last 3.5 years, it's been high.
Really?
It has. We've averaged, I would say, in the neighborhood of 25 cases a week that we filed in our office. Now, I mean, we do quite a bit compared to most people, but no, we've done about 25 a week.
That's an
so
incredible number.
it's you know, Tennessee is one of the highest in the country, and Southeast Tennessee being one of the biggest.
Okay.
So you know, we are leading the way. Just to put things in perspective, the Chapter 13 trustee, his office in 2008 had over $90 million go through his office.
Wow.
And basically, you send your money to him, he sends the money out to your creditors. But $90 million went through his office in 2008 alone.
Wow.
Which is
Well,
a
if you will,
ton.
too, Andrew. You know, I guess, and there's a big misnomer. I think people, when they hear the word bankruptcy, they think, file bankruptcy, I'm gonna lose everything. They're gonna
Right.
take everything.
Right.
Tell us, how does it work? What do you lose? What do you
Right.
keep?
Well, honestly, you know, the biggest thing, the first question we look at is, do you have any equity? And if you do have equity, then we can't do a Chapter 7 with you keeping it in most cases. Now, there's some times we can work things out, but for the most part, if it's a secured debt with no equity, as long as you keep paying for it and can afford to pay for it, you can keep it. As a general rule, that's not a problem, but you need to be current. Now, there are times that I have people come in and just need to do a Chapter 7, but they're 2 months behind on the house. Occasionally, we can, you know, help them work something out with the mortgage company and get caught up, or put that amount to the back of the loan, or modify it, you know, do things like that. But generally, as long as you stay current and keep paying for the secured debt, you can keep it. That's not a problem. Now, in the state of Tennessee, you have what are called personal property exemptions, and that's $10,000 per person. Our good friends in the legislature helped us out a few years ago and got that increased. So basically, if you came to see me, you could keep up to $10,000 of your stuff, which, you know, at first you think, wow, 10,000 is a lot. It's really not. I mean, you talk about a pickup truck, I don't care how old it is, it's going to be worth $2,000. As long as it runs, it's going to be worth something. You know, for most people, that's a family, in a family of 4, that's 2 cars that are paid for that aren't brand new. That's the stuff in your house and a little bit of money in the bank. And when I say a little bit, most people have $500 or less. And a lot of times we're breathing on that $10,000. You also have to factor in your tax refund.
Right.
That goes in that $10,000 number. Now, for your house, that's something that you might want to talk to Representative Brooks about. He's going to be hearing a lot from me over the next few months. But we're trying to get the homestead exemption for your house raised. Because currently, for myself, a single male with no children, it's only $5,000. Now, if you have children under 18 and you and your wife file, it's $50,000. So we have this huge disparity for elderly people. If you and your husband, for example, once you hit 62, if you're married, once you hit 62, you cap out at $25,000. So basically, my position is we need to raise the homestead exemption to give people more of a stake in their home, because as it is now, once you get a little equity in it, your chances of losing the house if you lose a job or have a heart attack and just happen to not have health insurance at the time, or have some other financial issue that comes up, you could lose your house.
Right.
And that's the scary thing is, I think it stops people from investing in their home. For example, myself, I bought my house and I've worked hard to pay it down, which honestly at this point, with the economy the way it is, might have been a bad idea, because of the fact that now if I lost my job tomorrow and need to file bankruptcy, I'm going to lose the house because I can't. I have a friend who her house is worth a decent amount. She had a divorce, and the equity in the house is fairly high. Now, she couldn't sell it for that today, but if you look at it, you'd say it's worth more than than she owes. Her $5,000 isn't enough to keep the house. If she did a Chapter 13, she doesn't even make enough to cover the payments. So she's in this catch-22 of, if I sell the house, I'm going to have such a huge loss.
Right.
But if I keep it and try to do a Chapter 13, it's impossible to pay for it.
Right.
So it's something I think we need to work on and build on. So Representative Brooks, Watson, and Senator Bell will be hearing from us. Hopefully we can get their support. But it's the thing of the biggest thing I tell people is, if you're thinking about it, come see me, come talk to us, because we can answer the questions, get over the stereotype. It's the thing. You have at least one friend who's filed bankruptcy. We all do. They're good people, just like you and I. It's just an issue of what happened. I had an emergency appendectomy 2 years ago. It's $35,000. Had I not had insurance, I don't know too many people who can just pull out the checkbook and write a check for $35,000. Things happen. Car wrecks happen. People lose jobs. They lose hours. And frankly, sometimes we just get over our head. It happens. Happens to the best of us. And it's the thing of, sometimes you just need that clean start. Yeah. And I think that's the biggest thing. I saw a lady, I was visiting a church 2 or 3 weeks ago. Saw a lady who was a client of ours, and she came up to me and she was so happy. She had just finished her bankruptcy, and she said, I really appreciate the way you guys treated me. She said, I just want to let you know I can sleep at night. And that's the thing is, it's I know most people in this situation don't get to sleep at night. They don't get to enjoy their family. Right. They focus so much on trying to make ends meet that sleep, something we all take for granted, doesn't happen. Yeah. And it's nice to see somebody who actually is finally getting some of that. So.
Well, if someone out there has some questions about bankruptcy, how could they get in touch with you?
Well, they can actually give us a call at 479-4188. Again, it's 479-4188. I'm with Richard Banks and Associates. And you can actually visit our website, which is in the process of being renovated, or whatever you call a website change. It's rbankslawfirm.com, and I'm slowly trying to work on mine, which is andrewbmorgan.com. Make sure you have the B in there. But it's we're working on the website. But yeah, come by there. We're at 393 Broad Street downtown. Just call, make an appointment. 479-4188. You can see myself, one of our paralegals, Rebel Johnson, or Richard, himself. You'll probably get stuck with me though. Richard's kind of got his hands full. He's the hardest working man in Bradley County, I swear. But no, just come see us. We'll be happy to help you out. And of course, it's a free consultation, so you're not going to lose anything.
Terrific.
So, but anyway.
Well, Andrew, we appreciate you stopping by as always.
Always a pleasure.
And I know Kim Kim appreciates it immensely every time she can give you a call. But you're a wealth of information on that, and there's never enough information on that subject that people, because it's kind of like that subject they don't really want to talk about until they have to.
It is. It's something that a lot of people want to avoid, and I don't blame them. It's not a pleasant thing sometimes.
Right.
But it's something that if you have a need for it, it's something you need to investigate.
Yeah, exactly. And it's free consultation.
It is, and so how can you go wrong? Free is never a bad thing.
Exactly. That's what I always say.
That's what I say.
All right. Thank you so much, Andrew.
Thank you, guys.
Andrew Morgan. All right, folks. We're going to be back with State Representative Kevin Brooks. And yeah, he's in the house. Kevin Brooks is in the house. We'll be back with more after this. Stay right where you are.
I'm Kathy Guy with Landmark Insurance Brokerage. Call us today for all your personal insurance needs. With 28 years in the insurance business, I have the solutions and pricing you are looking for. At Landmark Insurance Brokerage, we've got you covered.
Kyle Dodge Chrysler Jeep, located at 511 South Lee Highway in Cleveland, is your #1 Dodge, Chrysler, and Jeep dealer in this area. Stop by and see the brand new 2011 Chrysler 200. The 200 is essentially a new nameplate with a significant facelift to the outgoing 2010 Chrysler Sebring. A beautiful vehicle at an unbeatable price. And while you're there, check out the all-new Jeep Grand Cherokee and the newly designed Dodge Durango. Redesigned, revamped, and reinvigorated. Yes, the Dodge Durango is back, bigger and better than ever. Kyle Dodge Chrysler Jeep offers a complete parts and service department with qualified service technicians to fix and repair your vehicle. So for your next brand new or pre-owned vehicle, make it Kyle Dodge Chrysler Jeep, located at 511 South Lee Highway in Cleveland.
I'm Dr. James Markham, host of the television program Heart of Health, seen right here on WTNB television, Thursday at 7 o'clock, Friday at 8 a.m., or Sunday at 3:30 p.m.
Volunteer Ridipest LLC has been serving Cleveland and the surrounding areas for over 40 years. Their qualified, experienced technicians are trained in all the latest techniques to keep your home pest-free. Volunteer Ridipest LLC offers Mosquito Guard, which keeps mosquitoes out of your yard and out of your life. Their monthly and quarterly treatments are backed by their 100% money-back guarantee. For all your pest removal needs, call Volunteer Ridipest LLC today at 423-472-7736.
How would you like to look and feel better? If so, then visit the Ford Center for Anti-Aging, located at 2020 Key Street Northwest. Dr. Ford has been serving Cleveland and the surrounding area since 1984. He is a licensed physician with the Board of Anti-Aging Medicine, offering affordable Botox injections. Botox is a medication that is used to treat dynamic wrinkles such as crow's feet, forehead lines, and frown lines. In addition to Botox therapy, rejuvenate and smooth wrinkled skin with a Skin Micro Laser Peel. The Micro Laser Peel treats skin conditions associated with aging and active lifestyles. If you're looking for safe and affordable anti-aging treatment, call the Ford Center for Anti-Aging at 423-614-0535, located at 2020 Key Street Northwest.
Now's your chance to showcase your small business products or services. The Be Your Own Boss Expo is coming to Bradley Square Mall in Cleveland, Tennessee on Saturday, September the 17th. This expo will provide you with networking opportunities and services to help you grow your small business. Vendors will be able to connect with hundreds of potential clients without the high expense of advertising. If you own a small business in or around Cleveland, Tennessee, you do not want to miss this event. For more information, visit byobexpo.net or call 865-368-1095.
Welcome back to Tennessee Valley this morning on WTMB. Again, Joe Palo sitting in for Dan Howell, Michelle Baker, my co-host, and we are joined by my friend, my buddy, my state representative, Kevin Brooks.
Good morning.
Good morning, Kevin.
How is everyone this morning?
Everyone's doing great this morning. How are you doing?
It's great to be in this chair.
See,
I'm
I
excited.
know you're usually in the co-host chair. Now you're a guest. Now you're going to have the questions fired at you.
And something's come between us, Joe.
There is. There has been. You know, something else, of course, I alluded to as we walked in. look at just decked all the time.
This is
looking
my
just,
uniform.
The uniform.
And
And I like the tie.
I thought Dan the suit man was going to be here.
Well, now usually right, and he would be here with his jacket, of course, no
Yes,
tie,
that's true.
but he would have his jacket. And sometimes I've worn a jacket. I don't know why I didn't wear one
We're
today.
praying for Dan's safe travels.
Yes. And he is, as if you just joined in, Dan had a family emergency. It was a death in the family in Kansas, and I believe he's is on his way there, or probably already there. But we wish him the best, and of course, thoughts and prayers with Dan Howell and the family. So Kevin Brooks, State Representative Kevin Brooks, and as you saw at the beginning of the show, I take not full responsibility and credit, part
For
credit,
parading me around Christmas.
for allowing the folks of Cleveland to get to see this wonderful man that was going to represent us in Nashville and has done a wonderful
And
job.
I'd like to thank you for my large block of support, which was generated all those years ago by that television.
Now, I will tell you that if you weren't doing the wonderful job that you were doing, I probably wouldn't even have mentioned it.
Well,
but you've done such a wonderful job and represent us so well. So
Those of us that don't do well, we don't want to take any credit for it.
we're just complete. I don't know this guy, but has done a great job. Now, Kevin, talk to us. What's going on in Nashville? I mean, we heard Andrew, and he's getting ready to bend your ear probably in the next few days. Tell us a little bit about what's going on in Nashville.
Thankfully, right now, absolutely nothing
Right.
is going on in
Right.
Nashville. We were very fortunate. Our Speaker Harwell, from the day one, from the get-go, said, ladies and gentlemen, we need to begin our business, we need to do our business, and we need to conclude our business. And we had sort of said that from very early on. I'm very fortunate that my friends and neighbors here in Cleveland sent me in 2006, again in 8, and then again in 10. And each time we sort of felt like we could be doing this better, faster, and stronger. It's the old Steve Majors line, and truly it was possible. And not only was it possible, but it saved Tennesseans, it saved everybody, better than $500,000 by us just simply doing our work in a timely manner and coming home.
Right.
Not spending the money for us to be there and deliberate and pontificate. We voted, set the budget, which incidentally we've been doing in Tennessee for years. We have a constitutional amendment for a balanced budget. I wish we could influence our friends in Washington to do that. Proposed a balanced budget, voted on it, and we came home to our families, our jobs. Representative Watson, my colleague, we both have full-time jobs, we have full-time families. This is where we should be. We are not full-time politicians. Senator Bunch, my predecessor, taught us the phrase, we are citizen legislators. And that's what we do. We are just like you, Joe. We have a job. Michelle, we have families, and we get back home as fast as we possibly can.
Right.
This is where we belong.
It's incredible that it saved us that much money.
There's a lot of things that we did to save us money. That's just one, and there are many more things. I think you will see, as Andrew talked about, there are so many people sending us things from here at home. I can't tell you how important that is in this process, that we hear from friends, neighbors, producers, construction workers, attorneys. Andrew Morgan does keep our emails full, and that's great. We absolutely need that. Kids, my favorite thing to do. My 2 kids, it was a school morning this morning, getting ready to get out the door to go to school, and my favorite thing to do is, because I'm a dad, is to come home and talk to students. And one of them, great school, Blythe Bauer, the 5th grade class, and they were saying, what does a representative do? Which is a great question. And I said, do you know what a mailman does? Do you know what a postal worker does? And they said, yes. I said, it's exactly what we do. We take your mail, we take your messages, we take what it is you need, and we deliver it to Nashville. And hopefully, we turn around and bring something back home every now and then.
What a great way to put that.
Yeah, it
That is
is.
a terrific way to put that for
That
children.
is a terrific way to put it.
That is great.
And you represent our area with all the needs that
do.
have to be met here.
And it's striking. Tornado, who would have ever thought?
Yeah, no kidding.
We have enough man-made disasters, and here we have a natural disaster that hit our area. And so many things. I remember that evening vividly, and the next morning trying to get here as fast as we could, and Representative Watson and I. Andrew, tax exemptions and homestead exemptions, and everything from the size of the sign out front for Cleveland State to the new Wacker Corporation that's heavily involved here to solar energy, trying to make Tennessee better for those 5th grade kids at school. Bradley County schools start this morning, so lots of kids out there that we've got to make sure that this is the best possible community ever.
And of course, in doing so, you give them a representation of what they need to be like when they become adults and how they need to kind of keep the community going. Because
exactly
there's
right.
going to be a day when they're going to be the next, state representative.
I say that almost, I think without fail, when I visit a school, I hope someone in this classroom takes my place.
Yeah.
If I'm not doing my job correctly, absolutely. And that's exactly what I should be doing. Training up the next generation to come and enjoy the fun in Nashville. I wish you too would come to Nashville.
I would love to
go
come.
Let's do the show live from Capitol Hill,
We could do that.
just like the Today Show.
Let's do that.
You're my
We're out here
guest.
live.
Welcome. Please come. Consider it an official invitation.
Well, when do you
All
reconvene?
right.
When is the legislature?
January the 10th, the second
January 10th.
Tuesday,
Okay.
according to the Constitution,
Right.
second Tuesday at noon.
Okay. Right at
Right.
noon.
We'll be there.
Okay.
All right.
Speaker
Now,
January
if
10th.
someone has an issue and they want to get in touch with you,
Absolutely.
how do they do that?
You know, it's just like Andrew said, we reconstructed our website. We actually won a couple of awards in the last few years, which is rare for government. But tn.gov, incredibly easy. tn.gov, and you'll see our pictures. You'll see how to find your representative. Representative Watson and I are on there. It's Representative Kevin Brooks, Representative Eric Watson, Senator Mike Bell, our dear colleague in McMinn County, and we are there. It's very easy to find us, and we really do welcome that. I think the number one thing that people can do for us back home, first is prayer. Second is let us know, keep us posted.
Right.
And we welcome that. We welcome to hear from our friends and neighbors and constituents, and that's what makes our jobs possible.
Good deal. Kevin, thank you so much for being with us, man.
What a
It is
great time.
pleasure. It is. And I know it's not Dan Howell sitting here in a
That's all right.
jacket,
It's all right.
but
You look
we all-
better and thinner.
Thank
Joe,
you.
you look great.
Yeah, I feel great too.
I know.
I feel absolutely wonderful. But yeah, and now it's time to get back into the man thing. We got football.
Football.
starting.
It's almost football
2
time in
weeks away.
Tennessee.
Incredible.
The 19th, folks. First game. First high school football game.
See, and that's so incredible for me because my baby graduated last year. So,
Congratulations.
you know, yeah, thank you. It's wonderful, but I'm going to kind of miss the football. I
Yeah.
have one that played football and one that was in the band. So,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
going to kind of be lost this year.
You'll have the
So-
Friday nights where you'll just be sitting there going like this. Rob,
No,
what
I
are we
have a
doing?
feeling
We're
I'll
supposed to be
still be going to
Good.
football games.
Good.
All right.
I do too.
Good.
All right, folks. Well, we appreciate you watching Tennessee Valley this morning. Tomorrow, Matt Ryerson and I believe Matt's wife will be joining him as Matt Tolbert is on hiatus somewhere. I don't know where Matt Tolbert is with Matt tomorrow. But in any case, it's 7:30, 73 degrees currently. Hope you have yourself a wonderful day. Thank you for joining us here on Tennessee Valley this morning. Thank you, Kevin Brooks.
Thank you.
Tammy Jensen, who was here, of course, attorney Andrew Morgan, and of course, Michelle Baker for being
Thank
my
you.
co-host today. Thank you.
Thank you.
You all have yourself a good day, and we will see you Wednesday, Kim and I, on Tennessee Valley this morning. Have a good one.